All right. Everybody almost ready? Y'all ready? Because it gets 5 degrees colder every like 10 minutes. So I'm excited to be here today with our outstanding crews here in Kansas City. My colleagues on City Council, a lot of our outstanding city staff. Let's give them a shout out. City staff, wave to everybody. There you go. The wonderful people who are working to keep us going. And then so many of our contracting partners, including J.M. Fahey. Let's give y'all a shout out. Thank y'all for being here. And we're here to recognize hard work. We're here to recognize doing better. For any of us who have lived here or worked here for a lifetime or even just for a short while, we recognize that Kansas City's roads have not always been the best. But in recent years, we have made a monumental commitment to resurfacing roads throughout the city, in every district and every part of our city. And something that has made me incredibly proud since I've been mayor is getting to hear from people who say, we haven't seen this street touched in 20 years, in 30 years, and these crews, these hardworking women and men behind me, are the people who are helping us make that difference. A $40 million investment is proposed in this year's budget in street preservations program. In addition, an additional milestone is expected this summer with 1,500 lane miles resurfaced within the last 3 years. Those 1,500 lane miles resurfaced means that we have resurfaced 25% of total lane miles in Kansas City. And y'all, I know, y'all just looking kind of like this is normal. We don't do this a lot. And so this is an exceptional change for the people of Kansas City, something our taxpayers, our voters, our visitors have been asking for years. Staff has also proposed $35 million for street preservation for the 24-25 fiscal year, with an estimated 450 lane miles to be restored. And the portion of the road we're on right now, here on the Paseo, will be resurfaced as part of this year's fiscal plan. I won't talk too long. I've got City Council colleagues and declining temperatures, but I will just say this. There are a lot of things that make me proud about serving Kansas City, but this is one of the proudest. We have heard from the people over the years. They have said we want to see a change in how we treat our streets, our sidewalks, our public infrastructure, and in every part of the city. We're seeing these improvements now here on the Paseo, in every part of Kansas City, and you'll continue to see them throughout our region. So I thank you, all of you. Thank you, City Manager, our Director of Public Works, our Director of Transportation, and more than anything, the hardworking men and women of Kansas City government who are out making sure these streets get restored. And I guess I should really say more than anything, our taxpayers and our residents who have told us they want to see this change happen, and we're proud to deliver. With that, I get a chance to introduce somebody who knows these streets well and somebody who's been vital in making sure we make these differences, the Mayor Pro Tem, Raina Park Shaw.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just last night, I had an opportunity to speak with some college students, and what did they ask me? When are you going to fix these potholes? And I was excited to say, you know what, we are actually going to preserve our 500th lane mile tomorrow. And so I'm just excited about this investment that Kansas City Council has made in ensuring that we are taking care of our infrastructure. Because Kansas City, we hear you loud and clear. We're all tired of doing the pothole shuffle. I want to thank all of the excellent city staff and J.M. Fahey contractors, all of those who work to make this possible. As we know, as the mayor has already stated, this is not something that we normally do. Even though Kansas City has so many lane miles to address, we are committed to making sure that we address what the citizens want, and that is making sure that we preserve our infrastructure. So I'm really excited about what we're doing this year and for the years to come. So I want to take a moment now to introduce my council colleague, Darryl Curls, who is 5th District at-large councilman.
Let's go.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you to everybody that has made this possible today. I just want to say, and I'm going to be very brief, that it takes a whole crew like this behind me to get this work done. One of the reasons I ran was to make sure that we paid closer attention to basic services, and resurfacing these streets and fixing our potholes is one of the basic services that our citizens expect and want to see. So with this milestone being like it is, I appreciate everything that everybody's done. I look forward to more being done. I look forward for the next 500 milestone to be here to come back and say, hey, we now did another 500 lane mile. So thank you all for all the hard work that everybody's done. Thank you all for the city manager, the mayor. Thank you all for the citizens for entrusting me to make sure that this is one of the things that I promised on. Right now I'm going to introduce our city manager, who has probably done more work than anybody into making this happen. Brian Peck, city manager.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. This is an exciting moment. It's fun that we get to do this every year, celebrate how many miles of streets we've resurfaced in Kansas City. 500 miles is more than 3.5 times the historic average that we used to do here in Kansas City. We are doing exponentially more to preserve our streets, improve our infrastructure, and make Kansas City just a better place. This doesn't happen without an amazing team. I just want to call out a few people in particular, Jason and Garrett and Mark, who are behind us here. If you guys can just give a wave. These are the guys that make it happen. I bother them constantly, almost daily sometimes, about making sure we're getting this right. We're being very thoughtful and intentional with the way that we resurface our streets. We have a very thorough process where we identify streets and identify ratings for each of the streets, so we know exactly which streets are the best and the worst in Kansas City. But part of our feedback and part of the way we prioritize is gathering feedback from people in the city. We ask people on social media. We have a 311 app that people can use to report the worst streets in Kansas City, and we do it based on pothole complaints also. And so we're doing a great job making sure that the worst streets are getting the attention first. You can follow our progress at kcmo.gov/streets. Thank you so much.
All right, that's great. Any questions? Okay. Y'all good? All right.
Thank
y'all so much.
Thank you.